Aloha, Stickies! Welcome back. We're actually in Hawaii this time. You guys can't tell. So we had a really long, extended Holloway trip from Holloway. Wow, it's been a while. We had a trip. You know what? Sean will pick it up.
So during the winter break, we took the kids to more different places. So first we went to Texas, and then after that we took them to Colorado because we wanted to take them to somewhere fun.
Right. So after Christmas, we were thinking, hey, where should we take them? You know, because we've been in Hawaii for a while. We experienced this tropical life. So we thought, let's go somewhere on the other side, you know, somewhere we haven't experienced in a while, which is the snow. I mean, there was the Texas winter storm, but I don't think that counts because the ice was very dense and hard.
Yeah, I kind of scraped off from my memory during the winter. They never skied before. The kids never skied before, and Loanne never skied before either. So when we decided to go in Colorado, I was a little bit nervous because I know how challenging it is for even like putting on the ski gear itself is already difficult. So having 3 kids not knowing how to do it with grown up, also not knowing how to do it, I was a little bit nervous. But I was like, hey, we should take them somewhere fun. I booked the flight and hotel and decided to go to Colorado.
Yeah, because we thought, you know, why not? We got to be optimistic. You know, I've been wanting to go to Colorado for a while, my whole life. So I thought, why not?
Yes,
They're out of
Loanne's
school.
been pushing for it. But deep inside, I was like, oh my gosh, I know she's going to regret. She knows how challenging it is to take the little kids there.
Yeah, because people, I don't know if you guys know, but if you have kids, let me know if you agree with me, okay? A vacation with kids is technically not a vacation.
Yeah, it's a lot more work than it's actually going to work. You know, just kids actually like staying home usually because just they can relax and play game. But then, you know, they should experience something new too. That's why we kind of push them out of their comfort zone and then experience something new. But what comes with it is always just a little bit more managing on the parent side. And we didn't notice it until we had a kid, right?
Yeah.
Until our parents, I'm sure they did the same thing, taking us to places like Disneyland, amusement parks, and other trips. My parents and Loanne's parents, I'm sure they had such a hard time.
Now that we're parents ourselves, we appreciate it, you know? We didn't know how hard it was. He actually booked it way in advance. So I was like, okay, Sean got this. He was telling me all the things we could do. And I was like, yeah, the kid's gonna have a blast. It's so much fun. But then 2 days before the trip, okay, Sean was like, Loanne, I have to tell you something.
I got nervous because we were talking about the hotel. Hey, which hotel are we going? And, you know, what time is the check-in? I was like, let me check my email. And I looked through my email and I could not find the information about confirmation on the hotel reservation. So we went to the Vail, Colorado. It's a big ski resort. When you book hotel, you don't really just only book hotel itself. You book shuttle service going from the airport to hotel, and you also book lift tickets, ski gear rentals, and the other activities. They're all together, combined together. You book everything together.
It's like a package deal.
Right. And I guess just going through everything, I guess I forgot to proceed. The most important thing is the hotel. So I booked every single thing. And for some reason, I may have accidentally deleted the hotel room.
You know what?
Reservation from the from the list.
So we were in Houston, and usually Sean has an office there because he does a lot of meeting in that office. So usually he would close the door, you know, when he has a meeting, which makes sense. But it's weird. That day he had closed his door and he was just on his laptop, and I thought it was weird. Why is his door closed and he's not in a meeting? So I was expecting something, and I opened the door and I was like, Sean, what are you doing?
Yeah, because I didn't want to tell Loanne until I have a confirmation on the solution to the problem. So why do I even bring it up if I don't even know how to fix it? So I called the hotel, and luckily they have the rooms available for us. Not the one that I originally wanted to make a reservation of, but they have 2 connecting rooms. So I was like, okay, I think that works. So that's total 4 beds. I think we can make it work with 5 people. So we decided to stay at the same hotel because of that, and they were able to give me the confirmation email. And then I told Lauren.
After I opened the door and be like, what are you doing?
The problem with the making the hotel reservation is I made a reservation for the ski private lesson too, and all these reservation activities and everything too, and shuttle service, all assuming we're going to that hotel.
Right.
So meeting up location with the instructor for the private ski lesson is at the hotel too. So if I have to change the hotel, whole another headache that I have to go through. So I was like really dying to get the hotel room at the same hotel.
Right.
After everything was okay, then I was ready to tell Lauren.
Before that, we weren't even sure if we were going to go because you got an email, right? That's saying something that you booked got canceled.
One of the activity I made a reservation of was tubing. You can go, you slide down the mountain with the tubing, and that was canceled because they wanted to delay the opening of the that activity for this year because of the low staff members. So they said, we'll cancel this and refund the money. And I got nervous. I was like, oh, what about ski? What about other things that I made a reservation of? Luckily, they didn't cancel any other thing. Just that was the only thing that got me nervous. And I told Lauren, hey, just a heads up, there's gonna be a couple other things might get canceled, and we have to start thinking about new things to do while we're there.
We got that situated, and then so we're like, well, we still can go. They're skiing. The kids can build a snowman. They never actually built a snowman before. You can tell because our snowman does not look like a snowman. It looks like a pile of mud. But anyways, we'll get to that. So, when Sean took care of the hotel, I was like, oh, okay, good. Oh, phew, we can still go. But then the day before we were going to go, another thing happened.
Our flight got canceled. So I was freaking out. So when we were planning to fly out, it was New Year's Eve. And that's when everybody wants to go to the travel destination and do the New Year celebration there. We really couldn't find any alternate option for the different flight. One, because we have big family. So in order for us to, all 5 of us, to sit near each other was almost impossible from the alternate flight.
Yeah, that's a lot of seats.
Yeah, and then Emma, especially Emma and Kate, we have to sit next to them.
Right.
Or otherwise, they're going to be bothering other people next to them. So we had to do that. Ryan, maybe he might be able to sit by himself. But yeah, Emma and Kate, definitely, we had to be there. So I was able to secure tickets for Southwest. And the problem with the Southwest, usually they fly out from different airport. There are 2 airports in Houston, and the one that we usually go to is called George Bush. The Southwest, they fly from Hobby Airport. Lauren's been very busy for 2 weeks before that, preparing all the ski gears, ski wears. When we don't have any winter clothes because we live in Texas, we recently moved to Hawaii,
right.
So there's no need for winter clothes. We
went out several times, for shopping for ski gears. We had to buy boots, right? Ski pants, jackets, or hats, gloves. It's a whole thing. Emma and Kate, because they're twins, a lot of time when you go to the store, you'll find like 1 pair of that certain size, but it's always hard to find 2 pairs of that certain size that we need. But anyways, I've been shopping a lot, just trying to get the ski gears ready. And so I was telling Sean, I was like, well, hopefully we get to go because we spend a lot of time and resources and money for these ski gears that we probably going to use once a year, if that.
Yeah, and they're gonna be, they're growing still. So
right.
Just a one-time use. I'm sure next year it's gonna be too tight for them. And trying to fit that into the suitcase was another challenging too. So Lauren had to buy an extra suitcase because we couldn't fit with our existing suitcase.
Yeah, so I thought I was being a genius. Okay, have you ever used those? It looks like a vacuum sealed pack, so you put your clothes in there and you just pump out all the air. So that's what I had to do to try to compress the most I can, for the luggage and suitcase. We try to just use the minimal space that we can. And then plus I was in charge of the kids, so I'm like holding the kids' hand, and so Sean was in charge of the 3 suitcase. So I'm just like trying to make the best of it, with the less minimal space as possible.
I was like, oh, that's a good idea. And then we tried it. And then I didn't say anything because I didn't want to frustrate Lauren furthermore, but it didn't really seem like it was saving much space.
Hey, I tried. Okay. Yeah, so we got everything packed, ready to go. Sean got us another flight, right, from Southwest. So we thought, oh, Southwest, fly out of Hobby Airport easily, you know? So we just go there. And when we were trying to check in, for some reason, the confirmation number just didn't go through, right?
Yeah, I thought it was strange because that never happened to me. Usually I can do it through kiosk. Worst case, I just usually talk to the person at the desk and, hey, can you look this up? Even that person couldn't find my confirmation, so that made me a little bit nervous. So I was like, maybe there's some system error or something.
Right.
But I think the fault was on me. So Southwest in Houston, majority of the times they fly out from Hobby, but very sometimes they fly out from George Bush International Airport, the airport that we usually fly out from with the different airline. I just automatically assumed the Southwest when I booked it. It's Hobby because it's Southwest, and then I didn't even look at the information. And we got there, and they told me they found the ticket, but it's from George Bush.
Yeah, I was freaking out because I was like, what do you mean from Bush? Because our flight leaves in an hour. There's no way we can make it up there and check in time. I was pretty bummed, you know? I was like, oh no, I guess our Colorado flight got canceled. Because of us, obviously, because we didn't check. I had called my sister later and told her what happened. Herself didn't even know that Southwest flew from a different airport. So I don't know if it's like a new thing or we just stopped paying attention.
One, learning point from that event is that I should always look all the fine details on where it's flying from. If there are multiple airports in that city, you should always check which airport it's flying out from. They were able to find another different flight that takes off from the Hobby Airport, so we didn't have to switch the airport again.
Yay, thank you so much for that. They were so nice. There's so many obstacles in the way, and I thought, is this a sign that we shouldn't go to Colorado?
Another thing I had to think about was, oh no, the shuttle. So I booked the shuttle on a certain time. Luckily, this new flight was similar timeline as my original flight, so I didn't have to change anything as far as the shuttle service goes. So we flew, and everybody was sitting next to each other, and everybody was happy, and we finally got to Denver, Colorado.
Yay! But the thing is, if you guys been to ski resorts, you know that the ski resort itself is usually off somewhere far away. It's not close to city. So once we got to Denver, Colorado, we had to take the shuttle there, which took close to 3 hours.
Some people take shuttle, some people rent a car and then just drive on their own.
We cannot.
I was nervous about driving during the winter time in Colorado. I just don't know how slippery it is on the road.
Yeah, we come from Texas and Hawaii, so we don't know what it's like to drive in
to be honest,
that
we
winter.
lived in Lubbock for years.
Yeah, but it is snow like Colorado though.
It does. I've seen many
like that. No, but we live on like close to campus, you know, and so the road is usually clear for us. But going to the ski resort, I don't know what is it like from the airport to the actual resort.
Yeah, true. I mean, I always see people putting chain on their tire when they live in the heavy snow area, and I don't know how to put those chains either. I just didn't want to risk it with the kids, so we got the shuttle service. And I saw the news while we were waiting for the shuttle. There was wildfire going on at the Boulder, which is very close to Denver. And the traffic is really bad, and the winter storm at the same time. It's like a fire and ice.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe there was a sign that says, y'all need to go back to Texas. You know, I don't know, but we just kept pushing, and it got colder and colder as we were on the shuttle bus. Coming from Texas here, it was pretty warm on the airplane, so Ryan had on shorts and we had on sandals.
Yeah.
And so when we were in the shuttle, I noticed it start getting kind of cold, and so I was thinking, wow, I should have switched them from sandals to regular shoes. It was fine. We made it to the actual hotel finally.
Normally it takes 2 hours of driving from the Denver to the Vail. It took us over 4 hours because of the traffic.
But yeah, when Sean checked in, they told him that I don't know what happened, but we couldn't get 2 connecting rooms. On the phone, they had told Sean that we got 2 connecting rooms because we needed the extra room to host 5 people. I don't know what happened, but we couldn't get 2 connecting rooms.
Right, so it's a 2 rooms but not connecting to each other, and it's a little walk between the 2 rooms. So I was a little bit upset, but they said they were fully booked. They might be able to move us a little bit closer next day. But I was like, if it's not connecting, it's okay. It makes no difference. So we end up staying, but we pretty much spent the day in just one room because we all want to spend time together. So we were kind of packed in such a small room with 5 people all kind of laying on the bed together. Only when we go to bed at nighttime, we separated between 2 rooms.
We made it work, and then we woke up the next day. We take shuttles to, what is it called? The village?
The Vale Village. The second day was the day that I was most nervous about. So the second day, I made a reservation early in the morning for the private lesson for the entire family. But you have to meet that person at that location. You have to pick up ski gears that you made a reservation of, and you have to pick up the lift pass also at the same time. While we were all wearing with those winter clothes, like all fluffy and heavy, I was so nervous. So I couldn't tell which bus to take. There's so many buses, and there's so many different destination. Picking up the ski rental was also difficult too. Luckily, we finally, after we tried different places, we finally made it to the meeting point on time, and we were able to talk to the instructor, and then she helped us picking out the ski gears. As I expected, putting on the ski gear was very, very difficult for them. It was easy for me, but for Luann and kids, what did you think?
It was really difficult. If you guys rollerblade, putting that on itself is already hard. But then you have to attach something else to it, right? You have to wear, giant jacket and ski pants to keep you warm. I look like a little marshmallow walking around already. You know what I mean? Since Emma and Kate and Ryan were young, we had to help them put on their ski stuff. And then for some reason, they couldn't get the right size at first, and so we had to try on different size. It was a whole process, okay? And then once we got them, their gear suit up, we're like, okay, it's ready to go. And then one of the twin, I have to pee. So I was like, are you sure you have to? You can't just hold it in. But of course, I was just kidding.
Ski clothing, it's a multiple layers, so we have to take everything out. Let them pee, and then just put everything back in again. That's another 20 minutes for both of them. So.
So we booked the private lesson. It's half a day, right? All from what time to what time?
From 9 to 12.
From 9 to 12. But by the time that we got everything settled and going out, it was already close to 11. So we pretty much only be able to have the instructor for an hour. It was so difficult. It was our first time, right? Sean, I don't know his level, but to me, he's a pro. But for us, none of us know how to use the ski gear. And it's heavy too, because Emma and Kate is too heavy for them. Sean carry most of it, and then I carry what's ever left over while trying to watch the kids at the same time. So we had to walk up a little cliff, like a little hill, to start our lesson. And it's so funny because the ski instructor was telling us to do all these exercises, jump up and down and move your feet a certain way. She was saying like a pizza, your feet
pizza,
should.
Yeah, a slice of pizza.
Yeah. And it's so funny because the more I do it like a pizza, I keep walking, I just keep slipping and sliding down. The funny thing is I keep sliding down, and Kate was able to keep going forward. And I think I have lost my confidence, that a 5-year-old is better than me. And at one point I fell and I didn't know how to get up. And Sean was over there practicing with Ryan and Emma. I just didn't know what to do. I sat there and I was like, anybody want to come and help me?
If you're a beginner and if you fall and something, it's a little bit difficult to get back up because you keep sliding also, and you attach to the giant board. So I see Luann just I can't get up, and now she's saying she's sliding down even further more.
Yeah. So at one point I just lay down and be like, forget it. I'm gonna just make snow angels and call it a day. But Ryan did really great, right? There was like this we were on beginning level, so I wouldn't even call it a slope. It's like a tiny slope, right? There's like a really cool conveyor. Hey, there was really cool conveyor belt that you guys went on.
Yeah, it's like an escalator.
Yeah.
So it's not a lift. It's just the escalator. It's a belt, like moving belt, conveyor belt. Take you to the top of the
incline.
Incline or the higher ground. You can't even slide that fast from there. But yeah, so that's where we were practicing because it's only for beginner. And Emma was able to do it fine. She wasn't scared. She was able to move around and turns and stuff. And then Ryan also did a great job too. Kay, on the other hand, she didn't want to try. At
first she didn't. But I thought, it's okay. I don't want to try either, Kay. We can just hang out together. But finally, when it was actually time for us to go, Kate decided to try. But I'm really glad that she got to experience it, because when she started on the conveyor belt and skiing down, she had so much fun. She kept wanting to do it over and over again. So yeah, Ryan had a blast. He loved it so much. I got so tired. I think I got tired more from putting on the ski gear than the actual ski. We had one more day there, and so I just wanted to relax the next day. I was like, whoa, well, at least tomorrow we can just build a snowman. We can just look at scenery. But Ryan wanted to do it again.
Yeah, and just before we go into Colorado, I booked I purchased the lift pass too, and we ended up not using it because all we did was just a small incline area. So the next day, Luann said Ryan and I can go. I was like, okay, great, maybe I can just use that pass. So I got the reimbursement for the three of them, Luann, Emma, and Kate, and then just got the new pass for Ryan and myself. I was a little bit nervous taking Ryan to the lift because he just only learned a little bit. He only had a few hours of practice the day before, and I took him to the lift. And then once we went up there, I recorded from the point where we were on the lift, and after that, just let Ryan take off by himself. I thought he was gonna go just really slow, and maybe he fall down a little bit. I was gonna slide behind him and just pick him up every time he fall. But he went really fast. I couldn't even catch up to him. He went straight down.
The video that you showed me, he did great. I was really proud. The day before he did some practice, but I wouldn't really call that practice because it wasn't even in any incline. But for somebody's first time, I'm beginner mode, I don't know, but it looks impressive. Okay, maybe as a mom or mommy goggles on or something, but I thought he did amazing.
No, he did a great job. Actually, it took me probably 3 times longer for me to be able to do what Ryan did when I was little. So he did a good job.
Yay, good job, Ryan. Here's a clip for you guys.
Yeah, so you see how fast Ryan was going. I couldn't really, I was able to capture him barely. But what I had to do after that point was teaching him how to turn, how to slow down. I was so nervous because we took him to the lift, but that was for the beginners. He's actually going a lot faster than all the other beginners around us. So I was afraid he might bump into other person if he goes too fast. So, but yeah, I was amazed how fast he was able to go. And he said he wasn't scared. He said he was a little bit nervous in the beginning, but he said it's more fun when it's fast. So
he had so much fun afterwards. He said, "Can we make this a yearly trip?" And I was like, let's put a pin in that. No, I had fun too, but I don't know, because going with Emma and Kate, maybe they weren't ready, or maybe I just had a bad experience just taking so long putting on their gear that I just got discouraged. But I'm so glad that Ryan had such a blast and wanting to do it again. I took the girls just right outside of our room. We were really happy that we got a first floor, because right when you opened the door, there was like a area of snow. So all we did was we played in the snow. We built a quote unquote snowman. It was harder than it looked. Yeah, we were just kind of doing snowball fights and just having fun. And then we went and took a walk. And then there was a hot pool, like a hot tub there with smoke coming out. They wanted to swim, and I said, how about not? It looked too cold. So we were just doing that while we waited for them to come back. So when they came back, then we just all played together in the snow there too. Yeah, so what do you think about the trip so far?
It was fun. Next time, I wish I have a car with us.
Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and see if I can drive the rental car next time, because just relying on the bus and shuttle during the winter time was a little bit difficult. One, because we have 3 kids, it's a little bit difficult for them to wait for the bus.
It was cold.
And then cold outside too. And the bus only goes like every 15-20 minutes. So if we miss the timing, then we have to wait for a long time. Depending on the destination, you might have to take multiple bus, and that's gonna be just too much.
Also, it was hard for us to get food, right? Because all the restaurants in the hotel, it was pretty much already reserved. And then when we were looking at Uber Eats or DoorDash, all we had was 2 options, right? McDonald's and
Mexican food. Yeah.
And our kids are a little bit picky on food, and so it was kind of hard. So we ended up, the first day, we actually ended up eating room service. But you know how room service is? It's overpriced, and the quality isn't that great either.
Not much selection either. So we were like, okay, maybe just we'll order several different things from the room service. So maybe we can find what we like. And then after we look at the menu, it's go, never mind. We only can order a few things only, because they don't have that many different selections. First day we were like, it's okay, we're gonna go out and eat afterwards, but next couple of days we mainly kind of rely on the room service after that point too.
Hey, you went up to the one of the restaurant inside the hotel, and you asked them, hey, if there's any cancellation, put this on, and there was one, so we were able to secure that for dinner.
Yeah, I was a lot more pushy than usually. New Year's Eve, it's all only reservation only. I was just surprised how many people are there.
But yeah, my favorite part, we also did a ski lift for the whole family, although people had gone on the ski lift to ski, but I didn't want to ski anymore. The twins didn't want to either, but we still wanted to go up and just experience what's it like going on a ski lift and seeing the beautiful mountain scenery.
It's called gondola, and it's a little bit different from a lift, because lift is just the seating and exposed, versus the gondola is the contained vehicle. I think more than 6 people could fit inside at the top of the mountain of the Vale, and they have restaurant there, and they have the lookout tower there too, and it was really fun. We were able to play with the snow there too.
It was beautiful, breathtaking. I thought it was worth the trip up there. But yeah, after we came back, I was just really tired already, and so because we couldn't really go to restaurants and stuff, at the end of the trip, which is only 2 nights, right? 3 days and 2 nights, even our kids was tired of things that they like to eat. So usually our kids, kids are, right? They like burgers and pizza. But at the end of the trip, Ryan was like, can you not give me another burger? And so, granted, he ate maybe 3 burgers during that whole trip, 3 meals. But even then, he thought that was a little bit too much. And I agree, that was way too much. So
that's the only thing he can eat there. So it's kind of hard. I was a little bit frustrated with the food too, because every time when I was little going on a ski trip, I grew up in a ski resort in Japan. So the school takes the ski field trip every year. And every time we do, that's like a whole day event, and we eat lunch there. Every single time ski resort serve curry rice.
Oh, that sounds yummy though.
So I think all the Japanese people can agree with me that when you go to ski resort, like first food that they can think of is always curry rice. So I felt a little bit weird not eating that.
But that's in Japan though.
Yeah, I know. It's always kind of a special experience eating the curry rice, and then the way they bring up the spoon is they bring up the cup of water for you to drink, and then spoons inside.
Oh, I like that. And curry is perfect because it's warm, right? So kind of warm your tummy on a cold day. I like that. I wish there is curry rice. I love curry.
It's okay. I think the food, I wasn't too happy. But
well, we did our best. People go to these resorts not for food, it's for the experience of skiing. And I think their favorite part was probably the campfire dessert.
Oh, really? At the restaurant? So at the restaurant at the hotel, we were able to have a dinner there one day, and for the dessert, they brought up the s'mores. So they had a little stand with a fire, and then they gave us stick, and they have a special marshmallows, vanilla flavor and chocolate flavor.
And strawberry. Is it chocolate? Yeah, I have never eaten a chocolate marshmallow before.
Yeah, because either way, you're gonna sandwich it with the chocolate anyway.
So I thought that was unique.
Cracker, yeah. But kids loved it.
Overall, the experience, it was really fun. I'm glad we made it there because there were many times along the way, as we mentioned, we thought the whole trip was canceled. We woke up early the next day, got on the shuttle, went straight to the airport, and I had fallen asleep on the way because it's like a 3-hour ride there. But when we got to the airport and I woke up, Sean turned around. He said, "Loanne, I have some bad news." And I was like, "What?"
Long before that, I got the notification from the airline that saying the flight got canceled. But I didn't want to wake Loanne up and then just tell her the story because, we were on the shuttle. Either way, we had to be dropped off at the airport anyway. So I was like, I'm going to figure it out. I'm just going to wake her up when she needs to wake up. So on the way to the airport, I was trying to scramble through and see if I can find any alternate flight, fully booked or canceled, of that entire day from any airlines. The only option I had for that day is book another hotel somewhere in Denver and just spend extra night and then go back to the airport and then just fly out the next day.
Right. So we got to the airport, we got all our suitcase out, and then, I had to tell the kids, okay, well, we got to stay here another day. We had them sit down on a chair, and so we were just playing like paper, rock, scissors or something fun, trying to distract them while Sean's in a corner over there trying to find us another flight or trying to find us another hotel room that we can stay at.
Yeah, the flight was challenging because I've been calling them and then I had to put up the little mean Sean because I really can't get the flight ticket for 5 people. Best they can do was for the 5 people to sit next to each other was the next day, the last flight of the next day.
It was 7 p.m. the next day. So if we would have missed that flight, I think we would have to stay an extra day. And
I had a bad feeling about that flight too. I was like, that might get canceled or delayed. I don't want to fly from that. But I had no other choice. I booked that one anyway, and I started looking for the hotel in Denver, and I was able to find the one in downtown area.
You said you booked the one in downtown because they're, that way we can just go out and explore the city a little bit more instead of having it close to the airport.
Yeah, because we don't have a car, right? We didn't take the rental car, so I want to be able to find the hotel where we can just explore the city. In Denver, downtown area in Denver, on the 16th Street, they have the strip of the stores and the fun places for kids to go. So that's where we stayed.
So we ended up what is wrong with me? Okay.
Just tired. Ended up taking them to the Lucky Strike, right?
So we ended up just taking them to Lucky Strike, an arcade place. They had a blast just playing a whole bunch of different games, and they didn't want to leave, but we were there for hours, and so we said, we should go get dinner. And so Ryan was like trying to use all his points up, to get the most tickets he can so we can go and exchange them for prize. And the next day I thought maybe we can just take them to the zoo or something, if we had to stay. But Sean the next day was able to get us an earlier flight.
After we came back to the hotel that night, I just looked through again, see if there's any cancellation, or maybe only 2 of us need to sit with MNK. Maybe Ryan can sit by himself. I was able to secure a flight out from Denver to Houston at 11 o'clock. But that one, Ryan had to sit by himself. He's 4th grader. I thought maybe he can do it. So we booked that one too. So I double book ourselves just in case. Yeah.
Yeah. And good thing you did, because later on, the later flight keep getting delayed.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Or canceled or something.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. So that would have been even worse.
Right. So we got there trying to make our 11 o'clock flight. But even then, that flight keep getting delayed and delayed and delayed. So by the time that we flew out, it was past 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
The kids didn't have to go to school right away yet. So I thought, they can just hang out a few extra days, spending more time with families, seeing their grandma. And I get to go and see Kobe a little bit before I flew out. We knew what we were up against, right? Flying, especially during the holidays, these things happen all the time.
Because we were trying to go to Colorado during the holiday season. That's probably the reason why we had trouble with the COVID and the winter storm. Going to Hawaii at that time, when we coming back to Hawaii, a lot of people already went back to work or went back to school. So I think it was okay. Finally able to come back to Hawaii.
Yay, we made it home. Here we are. The kids are finally in school again. But today we were actually to get back in routine and we did a hike today. Very excited about that. Manoa Falls.
Yeah, Manoa Falls Trail.
It was beautiful.
At the end of the trail, you can see the Manoa Fall, the waterfall. And it was so beautiful. And I saw even people like swimming under the waterfall.
Even though it's discouraged to swim there because I heard it's not the cleanest place. Thank you so much for watching this episode. We're back and hopefully we can provide you with more fun content in the future. But before we end, there's 2 more segments, of course, right? One is what's new in Ryan's world? So this is the Ryan's World Micro Mystery Wheel.
It's a really fun toy because each compartment there is a secret toys. Like right here. And there are some challenges inside, commands, like a jump 5 times or dance for 10 seconds. So it's a really fun game that you can play while you're collecting all the fun toys.
Yeah, so here's a clip of us playing it together as a family.
What do you get?
Which color are you gonna get, Kate?
I got a combo box.
Dance party. Who's the best?
It's my turn.
All right. Wow, it's spinning so fast.
Whoa. Freeze in place with your friends.
Now freeze.
Anybody moving?
Hot potato. Here.
That means me?
Now for our final segment, the sticky word of the day.
This time we decided to use this mystery wheel and with the sticky words. So we put all different sticky words in here and we're gonna spin the wheel and whatever it lands on, that's gonna be our sticky word of the day.
Come on, something exciting.
Okay, that's green. Oh, blue. There you go.
What is the word?
Dog.
Dog. Okay, you can go first. How do you say dog in Japanese?
Inu.
What?
Inu.
Inu?
Inu.
Inu.
Yeah.
Inu.
Inu.
How do you say dog in Vietnamese, you asked? Well, you didn't ask, but I'm going to tell you anyways. Gong jaw.
Gong jaw. It sounds
How
like
you
2
say-
words.
Right, so jaw is how you say dog, but no one says jaw by itself. You have to use the word gong, which is like another word for the or,
Oh.
like
But how come only dog you have to say that?
You do. If you say cat, then you have to say gong male. You have to say the word gong first.
For
Anyway,
any animals?
Yeah.
Oh.
So gong
Gong
jaw
jaw.
is how you say dog. And then let's see if I remember how to say it in Japanese. Inu?
That's right. Inu.
Yay! So there it is. Thank you so much for joining us on this Stick with Kaji episode. Yeah, if you make it to the end, let us know because we always want to share our life experience with you guys. If you just watch the vlog only on the Kaji family or the Ryan's world, you won't really get to hear or see kind of the behind the scene, all the chaotic things that happen. All you guys really see is the fun stuff. We did make a vlog where our flight got canceled, but it was very on the surface, right? You don't know the extra stuff or how Sean forgot to book the hotel room.
Yeah, you don't have to remind that part.
I'm just saying, Lots of behind the scene content on this channel. Subscribe for more fun things. Give us a big thumbs up. Next week, I'm very excited to share with you guys our secret project that we worked on in Japan 2 years ago that we never talked about. We never released it anywhere on social media. By the time that this video came out, the secret project, it's already on the Ryan's World. But I'm just happy that we finally get to share with you guys, the behind the scenes stuff.
It's got delayed like multiple times because of the COVID. So when you watch the video, when we release it, you're going to be surprised how young Ryan is. It's because 2-3 years ago.
Right, yeah.
But I can't wait for you guys to watch it. It's one of the biggest projects we ever done. So
one of the most exciting project too.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so that's next week coming up. You want to know our secret... Okay, I'm just going to tell you our secret ninja project. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully, you guys have a fantastic day. Let us know how your winter break was. If you guys had a winter break, what are you guys planning to do this year? Because you know, we love to travel, and I had a mission where I wanted to travel and see all of the 63 national park. I don't think, because of what's going on, I don't think we can travel much this year. That's one of my bucket lists, is to travel around the world.
All right, guys. I will see you next week again. Bye, Stickies.
Bye.